Part 9. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 81. Chapter 81. There is a wolf. Jia Shu pulled Zhang Xiaoxiao to sit next to her and checked whether Zhang Xiaoxiao was injured. It's okay, just a little bruise on my arm. I'm afraid the situation is much better than some people's. I haven't seen anyone's waist flash. Under such circumstances, Zhang Xiaoxiao's elbow still accidentally brushed against the side of the car. The skin was scratched a little and there was some blood. Taken together, this wound is not a big one. But it's really good. The injury caused by falling from a Mercedes-Benz car is really nothing. I didn't see that Fang Piashong's face was swollen, he had bruises all over his body, and his feet were sprained. In terms of it, Zhang Xiaoxiao was really nothing. Here, I have the red potion. A big hand handed over a small bottle. Zhang Xiaoxiao raised his head. It was Song Moding. I didn't expect them to meet. It's true that you don't know each other without fighting. The last time Song Moding was beaten to death as a flower picker at his own house, he even helped him find milk powder tickets. Without Song Moding's milk powder tickets, it would be really difficult for their family to buy milk powder for their niece. It's hard for my uncle to find milk powder tickets, so he is desperately trying to think of a way with a few comrades. I didn't expect to meet this person on the bus of educated youth going to the countryside. But they really helped me. Thank you, Brother Song. I didn't expect you to know that Fang Piashong. She did not remember that Song Moding went to the countryside with her in her previous life. Of course there may be, but we're just not in the same team as her. You must know that their farm is also divided into several teams. The entire farm sounds like one farm, but it actually encompasses hundreds of miles of land within the scope of the farm. There are almost 20 brigades on the entire farm. There are some brigades that are basically the same as the brigades she went to in her previous life, separated by more than 100 miles. We have never met each other. Although we are all educated youth, it is normal for us not to know each other. Song Moding smiled gently and said, I know this Fang Piashong. He can't be considered a bad person, but the young master has very bad habits. He might have been careless just now. He is not seeking justice for anyone, let alone protecting Fang Piashong. However, if this girl starts to have internal conflicts with the educated youth as soon as she comes up, I'm afraid that going to the farm will leave a bad impression on the team leader. The first impression is bad. When the teams are divided, I'm afraid I won't be assigned to a good group. This is something he also inquired about in advance. He did it on purpose. I just saw him deliberately stretching his foot to kick the small luggage. Jia Shu was not angry. She saw it and hurried to save Zhang Xiaoxiao. But it's still a step too late. Jia Shu has a gentle temperament, which is different from Zhang Xiaoxiao's fiery temperament. Always half a beat slower. It's also a step slower now. You saw it? Song Moding always thought it might be accidental. Now the nature of a sentence is different. Of course it's true. I can see it clearly. You also saw it, Hyeguo, didn't you? Jia Shu came up just now and it was Hyeguo who helped. The two of them were busy putting their luggage. Hyeguo finally moved Zhang Xiaoxiao's luggage up, so naturally the two of them were together. Hyeguo was embarrassed and scratched his head. I really didn't see it. At that time, he happened to watch the baggage next to Jia Shu slide down, and he stretched out his hand. What a coincidence that this happened. Zhang Xiaoxiao raised his hand. Okay, stop it. Stop it, this matter is over, forget it. It's not that she doesn't want to pursue the case, it's that she has no way to pursue it. Even if they catch Fang Piashong and chase him, no one will care if Fang Piashong says something careless. What's more, Jia Shu and I are friends. When she stands up to testify, others will think that they did it on purpose. On the contrary, they became unwilling to give up. It is untenable even if it is justified. How could this be? He did it on purpose. I don't know what would happen to you if he was not careful. Jiashu was angry. She was slow-tempered but serious. Zhang Xiaoxiao hugged her and said, "My eldest sister, just forget it. This is a confusing account, and besides, I just threw Fang Piashong away. Everyone has seen it, for Tad, if we continue to pursue it, we will be unreasonable. Your sister has already taken revenge. If Fang Piashong dares to mess with me again, be careful that I throw him down again." Raising your fist, you look really heroic. Song Moding glanced at Zhang Xiaoxiao appreciatively. This girl is a quick-tongued person. Although she looks a little bit vindictive, it makes people feel relieved. Zhang Xiaoxiao is right, now is not the time for conflicts. When the brigade arrives, if someone reacts, it's our fault. Song Moding sat down next to Zhang Xiaoxiao. Fang Piashong has already gotten on the next car. The car never came back again. The car is driving slowly. The ground was uneven, and the educated youths were tossed around in the car, while tall weeds swept across the car. The road becomes more and more remote. At first, many people thought these were quite interesting and looked at them with appreciation, but gradually, things changed. The endless wilderness, bumpy dirt roads, and uninhabited places can be seen at a glance. Many people feel chill just looking at it. At this moment, we are the last group of educated youth to go to the countryside. Zhang Xiaoxiao knew that their group was the last unlucky ones. They are also the last group to come here with dreams and then go back in despair. Everything in her eyes was different. Like a cool, green oasis in the desert. She could see birds flying and fat white clouds drifting lazily across the blue sky above. The warm sunshine scorched her face, and the breeze ruffled her long hair. She felt that these had nothing to do with her, and that nothing was real, not even the warm sunshine on her cheeks. Kensing Farm, she is back. The long road rolled under the tires, and an hour later, they drove into the boundary of Kensing Farm, which was a place Zhang Xiaoxiao was familiar with. She is familiar with every inch of the land here. The terrain in this area is very flat, otherwise it would not be called Baidawang. Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at the sky. There was still 1 to 1.5 hours until dark, but this was the most dangerous time. Danger? What danger? Haha, if someone asks, she will tell you that the most indispensable thing here is wolves. In modern times, the advancement of urban modernization has caused many wild animals to withdraw from human territory. But it's actually humans who have invaded the animals' territory. But right now, there is no shortage of wolves in Kensing Farm. It is also a powerful animal. They dare to chase cars in groups and even attack humans. The incident with MRS Xianglin is not a legend. This section of the road is desolate enough, and the sky is getting dark. Zhang Xiaoxiao paid careful attention to her surroundings, and her emotions were quickly noticed by Song Moding, who was sitting silently next to her. Jia Shu and Hieguo were sitting in the back row, leaning on the side of the car. Already a little bit, dozing off. Zhang Xiaoxiao pulled out a steel rod beside his suitcase. No one else has noticed it? Zhang Xiaoxiao asked Zhang Lei to find it before setting off. Because of the delay, the factory's car fleet had ready-made steel rods. After polishing them, they became what Zhang Xiaoxiao requested. This thing is called an iron pear rake. In fact, it is an iron hoe, and the handle and are integrated. Is a modern derived from Zhang Xiaoxiao. The side of the sharp has a shovel side and can be used as a hoe. The other side is like a sledge with 3 claws, which can easily plow the ground. Of course it is sharp enough to handle people and animals. A resounding weapon. While talking to Song Moding, he woke up Jia Shu and Hieguo. This is not a good time to sleep. Brother Song, I seem to see a wolf. She was looking up at the curve of his lips and the flash of white teeth. She suddenly found herself feeling the muscles in her stomach tangled and her stomach churning. Song Moting's appearance is hard to say. Huge attraction. Song Moting hesitated, wolf. This can be big or small. It would be dangerous if there were really wolves. Hurrying to push Hyeguo, he also pushed the people around him awake. Wake up, everyone, be careful of wolves, there are wolves. This sentence immediately woke everyone up. Many people looked around sleepily. It is impossible to see the shadow of wolves in the city. Some people are excited and want to take a look. At this moment, the car suddenly surged forward, then came to a halt, apparently stalling. The trucks in front and behind stopped. This kind of place is the most dangerous for a fire to go out. Although it is close to Kenking Farm, it is not yet where there are people living on the farm. It's deserted and still on the road. The favorite spot of wild wolves. Wolves are now much smarter and know where the best place to attack people is. Song Moting instinctively stood in front of Zhang Xiaoxiao, keeping the person inside and observing the surroundings carefully. Zhang Xiaoxiao is not a person who talks freely. Good morning everyone, a new day has begun. Zhang Xiaoxiao is about to enter the life of an educated youth. The first stop is to exert his power. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 82. Chapter 82 Rise Up. The green light is like ghostly will-o'-the-wisps. Zhang Xiaoxiao tightened his grip on the hoe. He was indeed right. He encountered a pack of wolves at this moment. He didn't know how many there were, but looking at Zhang Xiaoxiao himself made him feel frightened. That's a wolf. A shout, followed immediately by a fierce attack. A wolf jumped up from the ground with a fishy smell. I want to tear Jiashu off from the car. It was greeted by a hoe. Hit the wolf the head, and blood spattered immediately. Jiashu's face was spattered with blood. The whole person was covered. Zhang Xiaoxiao calmly pulled the person down. Squat down, that makes you an easy target. The height of the car's roof can be an effective protection, but it cannot last long. This happened to her in her last life. At that time, Jiashu was isolated from everyone and sat there alone. After being attacked by a wolf, the flesh on her arm was bitten off, and one of her hands was later amputated. Absolutely impossible this time. Zhang Xiaoxiao will never let this happen again. Jiashu was so frightened that her face turned pale. Hunting and shivering. Zhang Xiaoxiao, what should I do? There are so many wolves. Don't be afraid, nothing will happen. Zhang Xiaoxiao answered firmly. Absolutely nothing will happen. This place is very close to the farm, and the people on the farm will not know what they will encounter at this time. The sounds coming and going, as well as the howling of wolves, and the scolding and cursing of people, created a chaotic state. Some people squatted down and huddled together, while others jumped out of the car so irritably. Zhang Xiaoxiao knocked away the next wolf that tried to jump up with his hoe. Hyeguo and Song Moting were already holding poles in their hands to protect Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jiashu. The location of the car is too big. They cannot protect a carload of people. Many people saw them with weapons. Huddled over with a low body, trying to ask for shelter. The car suddenly became chaotic. Cries, curses, and screams filled the entire team. Zhang Xiaoxiao glanced around steadily. She didn't seem to be affected by anything at all. Song Moting knocked away the wolf that rushed behind Zhang Xiaoxiao with a stick. This girl is too calm. He secretly admired it. It was a wolf. When had a city girl ever seen a creature like a wolf? The problem is that there is blood now, and this girl is calmer than him. Zhang Xiaoxiao, squat down. Zhang Xiaoxiao shook his head. You two alone can't protect so many people, we have to work together. If everyone hides, then they will be eaten by wolves. This is for other people to hear. Both men and women were hiding. To put it bluntly, there are only a few people standing with weapons in this car. If it were really just a few of them, they wouldn't be able to defeat those wolves even if they were exhausted. And once the wolf jumps on the car, it goes without saying what the consequences will be. What happened this time in the last life was countless deaths and injuries. It can be regarded as the most painful experience in her life. Others were trembling, and some glared at Zhang Xiaoxiao complainingly, mumbling in a low voice. "We don't want to die. Who can defeat a wolf? What can a woman do? You have to fight. Even if you can't fight, use everything you can use as a weapon. Only if we unite together can we resist, otherwise, look at the car in front." Zhang Xiaoxiao pointed to the truck in front. The car was already filled with howls, and no one resisted at all. Two wolves pounced directly into the crowd. It's basically like a pack of wolves pounced on the sheep. Many people peeked out their heads secretly and took a look at the tragic scene on the other side, with flesh and blood flying everywhere. Immediately, my face turned pale with fright. Jia Shu also saw it, but she didn't even need to look at it. She had experienced it herself just now. If it weren't for Zhang Xiaoxiao, she would have been picked up by a wolf. At this time, she can't wait here for Zhang Xiaoxiao and others to protect her. So who do she think she is? Zhang Xiaoxiao is also a girl, but she actually dares to fight against the wolf with a weapon. What about yourself? But she was huddled here, waiting for others to protect her. She felt her face burning at the thought of this. With a quick glance, he pulled out a pole carrying luggage. Stand up suddenly. There is a carrying pole across there. Yes, we must unite as one. Are we still afraid of wolves? A wolf was knocked down by Jia Shu with a carrying pole. What a coincidence, the wolf jumped up, Jia Shu stood up with the pole, and the head of the pole knocked the old wolf down in one go. The wolf was also confused. Falled off the car, shook his head, and got up from the ground. This human being is too cunning. However, many people do not pay attention to this detail. People just think that a girl can knock down wolves with a pole. There are so many of them, especially boys. Is it possible that he still needs to be compared with women? The male-educated youth's self-esteem was aroused. As a result, many male-educated youths also took out their carrying poles, and many people stood up. The situation in their car immediately changed drastically. Many female-educated youths also took up arms and began to join the fighting circle under the protection of the surrounding male-educated youths. For a moment, the poles on the car were dancing tightly. If any wolf dared to jump up, several poles jumped up at the same time and was immediately beaten down. You can't kill a wolf, but there's nothing you can do if the wolf wants to hurt someone. There is no gap at all. Everyone is back to back and facing the outside world in unison. After a few times, the wolf was also very smart and knew that this was a difficult bone to chew. The attack target was immediately changed, and the car was completely abandoned by the wolves. He turned around and went to other vehicles. Everyone felt even more confident now. In fact, wolves are not as powerful as they think. Looking at the screams in the surrounding cars, Song Moding shouted. Everyone has picked up weapons. Anyone who can pick up a weapon, no matter what it is, can beat a wolf even with a box. Is it possible that the wolves can be more powerful than us? You can see that the wolves don't attack our convoy. It's because of us. No one in this car is afraid of wolves. Only if you are not afraid of wolves can you defeat wolves. This is a call to others to join in the resistance. Zhang Xiaoxiao agreed. Yes. We women are not afraid of wolves. Is it possible that you male-educated youths are not as good as us women? These words immediately ignited the burning anger in the hearts of many male-educated youths. Even a man cannot tolerate being told no. The situation was immediately reversed. Many people stood up to resist and found that it really worked. So each convoy organized a spontaneous resistance. It becomes increasingly difficult for wolves to find targets to attack. At this moment a gunshot rang out. This is a nearby company coming to support. As soon as the wolf heard the gunshot and howled, all the wolves immediately retreated. They know too well that this kind of human weapon is too powerful. The wolf is smart. The people quickly evacuated without a trace. The patrol team caught up with the car and discovered that such a serious accident had occurred here. Many people were injured. "Quick, get a doctor, he's bleeding." Someone was crying and shouting. There are many people injured. The patrol team is also in a dilemma. They haven't reached the real farm yet. To put it bluntly, they are just on the farm boundary. They are still far away from the production team. They don't have doctors on their patrol team. There is simply no way around it. There is no doctor. Otherwise, if you insist on it, you can find a solution when you get to the production team. The captain is also in a dilemma. Zhang Xiaoxiao jumped down. Song Moding followed down. Zhang Xiaoxiao was startled. "What are you doing? What are you doing?" The two people asked in unison, which made both of them amused. "Report to the captain, I have studied medicine. Although I am not proficient in it, I can still simply bandage a wound. I just need to find some things for bandaging." Zhang Xiaoxiao opened his mouth. "We are really humble." Song Moding said loudly, "Captain, I have also studied medicine, and my aunt is a doctor, so I know simple nursing. The two of us can help everyone bandage the wounds temporarily. The convoy still has to rush these wounded people to the hospital." When the patrol leader heard this, he couldn't help but look at the two people. Anyway, he was in urgent need of medical treatment now, so it was good to have someone to step forward to help. It's better to know a little bit than not to know anything at all. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Song Moding, with the help of many people, brought bandages and cotton to stop the bleeding and bandage the wounds. Although it is simple, it is much better than having no solution at all. An hour later, their convoy finally arrived at the farm hospital. There is still some distance between the hospital and the production team, and they were only temporarily placed in front of the hospital. To put it bluntly, each brigade will have to come to pick them up in carriages. They are a transit station. Zhang Xiaoxiao jumped out of the car. If he didn't get out, there was no use staying in the car. The other educated youths also got off the bus. Everyone is uneasy. After the wolf attack just now, everyone is uneasy. Looking at the slightest movement around, I feel like a wolf will jump out. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 83. Chapter 83. Zhang Xiaoxiao, we are not done yet. Zhang Xiaoxiao leaned back on the chair tiredly, surrounded by people. Jia Shu sat next to her, and Song Moding was on the other side. Hyeguo sat next to Jia Shu. There were people all around, and luggage was piled all over the floor. Many people were crying and gnawing at their own dry food. After this battle, I suddenly felt that I cherish life very much. In the past, they only knew that when they came to the farm, they went to the countryside to cultivate land. Having to work is hard and tiring, and there is no food or drink. But who knew that it was not only these, but also life-threatening? It is uncertain that after going to the countryside this time, they will never see their parents again. This feeling dampened all the enthusiasm that the educated youth had been excited about with the idea of building the country and rural areas. It feels so cold. Zhang Xiaoxiao took a look at the sky. This commotion has already been going on in the middle of the night. Even if the production team drives a carriage to pick people up, they may have to wait until dawn. Otherwise they would be in danger on the road. I must be staying in this hospital tonight. The hospital has specially vacated the former warehouse next to them, allowing everyone to come here to hide for the night. But a warehouse is a warehouse after all. There is nothing but the straw and these broken boards. The temperature here at night is already very cold. Everyone did not feel cold after the unusual struggle just now. But now that I sit down, I start to feel cold all over. I am really cold and hungry. Zhang Xiaoxiao took out his lunch box. The little dry food her mother brought her was already cold now, but it was better to have something to eat than nothing. Opened the lunch box, handed one to Hyeguo and Jiashu, and handed the egg pancake to Song Moding. They probably didn't have much to eat, so everyone thought they were here. After getting off the train, you can go directly to the production team. No one would have thought that the journey would be so long and difficult. Had she not been there once before, she wouldn't have been so prepared. Of course it must be attributed to her mother. I am afraid that my daughter will be hungry, so I have to bring her everything. Song Moding was really hungry. The few things his second uncle and second aunt brought him were divided among his friends when he got in the car. He didn't see the hungry wolves beside him, staring at the egg pancake in his hand. Zhang Xiaoxiao also saw it. Sigh. Looks like everyone has done their best just now. Just do it a little bit. Since she only had so little money, she took out all the white flour cakes left in her pocket, including eggs and pickles, and divided some between them. Of course they are the brothers of Song Moding. I didn't see those wailing ones, and I wanted to rush up and eat Song Moding. She can't control other people. Having a good intention may not necessarily lead to good rewards. As a human being, you should take care of yourself first. She met a lot of white-eyed wolves in her previous life. People in this world don't necessarily have a grudge against you to harm you. Some people just want to step on you. Among this group of people, you can neither be from the worst family background nor the best family background. People bully these two types of people. She only needs to take care of a few people anyway. Song Moding is considered one. Just because Song Moding took care of her along the way, she felt that he was a good person. Song Moding is really a helper regardless of gains and losses. He is upright and enthusiastic. Mainly because he is indeed rare and handsome. Zhang Xiaoxiao also attaches great importance to appearance. They are friends anyway. Song Moding had helped her, so it was only right that he reciprocate the favor. Jiang's little friend should naturally enjoy good treatment. She took out a few more peaches under the cover of her backpack and gave one to each of them. She found that the second crop of peaches was obviously not as good as the first crop. The second crop of peaches was eaten, and although there was still black mud on them, it was obviously not as scary as the first time. Otherwise, she would not have dared to give Hyeguo the food he had just eaten on the train. That shouldn't scare everyone to death. Especially when a few people saw those peaches, they were simply squealing. Your name is Zhang Xiaoxiao? You are a girl with a kind heart at first sight. Don't worry, you are Song Moding's friend, our friend. If you have anything to do with the production team in the future, just come to us. Brother. Everyone will definitely help. If anyone bullies you, just shout. This is a heart-to-heart talk. The person speaking is Gu Dali, the one who fought alongside Song Moding just now. This man is very strong, and he looks like a man at first glance. Eating is also the first priority. That's right. Zhang Xiaoxiao, if you have anything to do in the future, just ask our brothers. We all grew up with Song Moding naked. Since you are his friend, you must be our friend. I believe in your character, and because you were so brave in the car today, we all admire you for being a girl who dares to fight a wolf. A few of them couldn't keep their mouths shut, so they tried their best to make friends with each other. This season I can bring out peaches to share. Not much more. Zhang Xiaoxiao chatted with everyone with a smile. She has never had any friends in her entire life. Mainly because I am cynical and always feel that God is unfair. Bringing with it a sense of melancholy. I still think that I belong to a Cotter family and have a strong sense of superiority, and I am a stranger to everyone. Over time. Who is willing to have a warm face but a cold butt? It's not that whoever leaves cannot live. Coupled with the fact that Zhang Xiaoxiao was raised very delicately in the Zhang family, you can imagine that the trip to the countryside was a disaster. Basically, it's because people hate dogs. This time she decided to be the best version of herself and change from scratch. At least I have a few more good friends now. Not to mention Jia Shu, that was a friend from her previous life. Hyeguo, her brother's friend, became her friend, and she also had friends like Song Moding and Song Moding. Suddenly, their place became the most lively. Others looked at it, some were secretly dissatisfied, some were jealous, and some were even jealous. Everyone is hungry. They are eating there so much that they are really irritating. Fang Gran glanced at Zhang Xiaoxiao and realized that she was the one who was jealous. This Zhang Xiaoxiao is really seriously ill. No one is rich these days, and no one is short of food. But she took out the food and used it as a way to spread wealth. The problem is that if you scatter the wealth, and everyone will enjoy the blessing together. He just sat in front of her, as if he didn't see him. Not polite at all. It's really a dog's eyes that look down on others. Fang Gran swallowed, turned, and leaned next to Lu Ji, chattering in a low voice. That Zhang Xiaoxiao must be sick. I suspect that she is the eldest daughter of a capitalist. Let's stay away from her in the future. I must report this matter to the captain. Someone from the province has sneaked into our revolutionary ranks. This is a slap in the face. Lu Ji sighed. There was nothing he could do, his friend was so petty. Don't cause trouble. Educated youths going to the countryside must pass political review. Do you think the streets are vegetarian? Don't be unhappy by yourself. Anyone with eyesight can't tell what's going on. Besides, Zhang Xiaoxiao's performance was so impressive just now. That is an activist who has signed up with the captain. If Fang Gran really went, I'm afraid the captain would really realize that she had ulterior motives. Fang Gran hates it even more. The laughter in her ears was so harsh that she couldn't do anything. Zhang Xiaoxiao, we are not done yet. Zhang Xiaoxiao never knew that he could be hated by others like this. Even if I know, I don't care. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 84. Chapter 84 Detachment. It's daybreak. Zhang Xiaoxiao woke up in a daze. But he was shocked to find that he was leaning on Song Moding's shoulder. Probably Song Moding was too embarrassed to avoid him, so he kept a stiff posture, sleeping with her to a new level. Song Moding's shoulders still maintain the same posture. Whose eyes are closed? Zhang Xiaoxiao regretted that he would not know anything as soon as he fell asleep. Poor Song Moding's shoulders must be sore. Getting up, this action woke Song Moding up. As soon as he opened his closed eyes, he noticed Jiang's small movements. Smile, this girl sleeps really soundly. Then he took back his arm. But the corner of his mouth, which was already numb and painful, curled up. A slight moan. Zhang Xiaoxiao turned around. Meeting Song Moding's eyes, the man smiled innocently. It's okay, I'll just rub it and it'll be fine. Trying hard to pretend that nothing is wrong with you. Zhang Xiaoxiao couldn't help but have a good impression of Song Moding. What a good person. Gently reaching out and pressing the acupuncture points on his shoulders, Song Moding instantly felt relieved. Looking at her with an unpredictable expression. Who did you learn this skill from? It really works. It's not numb at all. Their family has been a family of doctors for generations and is a leader in the medical field. From grandma to several uncles and aunts at home, his father can be regarded as a full family of doctors. But he has never seen this method before. Zhang Xiaoxiao made a shushing gesture, fearing to wake up everyone around him. After pressing it for a while, Song Moding looked much better. He then let go and stood up and walked out. Go out of the warehouse and stretch your legs. Facing the biting cold wind, I simply moved my limbs. The air here is starting to get cold. This is Kenking Farm. The land is vast and abundant. This is where she lived for 20 years. Every tree and plant is familiar, as if you are back home. But it is also the place where she buried her youth. How could there be no hatred? But this land also left behind her love and hatred. How can you not love it? What a contradiction. It's beautiful here. Song Moding stood beside her, and Zhang Xiaoxiao sighed regretfully. What an innocent child. If she had thought this place was as beautiful as the sunrise in her previous life. If you stayed here for a year, you probably wouldn't say that. People here are no longer as hot-headed as they were when they first went to the countryside. Otherwise, there would be no such thing as Fang Piashong actively trying to avoid the target of going to the countryside. Song Moding turned around and stared at the girl's beautiful face. Her eyes were sharp and sad, with unknown mystery and sadness. The sadness he could feel. Perhaps, people only see the surface and fail to see the inner meaning. You don't want to come to the countryside, do you? Many people are unwilling to come. At least half of the people here are not willing to come. It is necessary to come. Song Moding was not willing either. But I can't help myself. No, I want to come. You made a mistake this time. Zhang Xiaoxiao smiled, his dark eyes shining with hope. This is a dramatic reversal. Perhaps no one among them is more willing to come than her. She came to atone for her sins, even though she was also on the road of a lifetime. However, she has changed the fate of her brother and her family. She has been walking on this road all her life. On the contrary, I have no complaints or regrets. And she believes that she can definitely walk on this road to become the Golden Avenue. Song Mo Ting Waner. Because of the sunlight, she couldn't see his face clearly, but his body was solid and slender. A smile appeared at the corner of her mouth. This situation is really incredible. Song Moding turned to another side and she could see more clearly. He is at least 190 centimeters tall, with solid muscles and fair skin, but he has muscles that are unique to long-term work or exercise. He has jet black hair, a strong jaw, and two shallow grooves beside his well-defined mouth. He was only wearing an ordinary white shirt, with the cuffs buttoned neatly and meticulously. This is a stereotypical person. Very well behaved. Be strict and precise. Old blue trousers and worn leather boots. Leather boots are not affordable for ordinary families. She was suddenly shocked to realize that while she was paying attention to his appearance, he was destroying her senses without saying a word. It is a strong awakening of female intuition. This man is dangerous and attractive. In fact, it should be the source of commotion, strife, jealousy, and hatred. Zhang Xiaoxiao withdrew his gaze. But what does it have to do with her? Get up, get up. Now your teams are here to pick you up. The carriages are here. Pack your things and follow the production captains of your teams back. You can settle in your dormitories tonight, not in this shabby warehouse. It's freezing all night. From afar, the captain of the Armed Forces Department who received them yesterday was already shouting loudly. All kinds of noises were heard in the warehouse, and people were already busy. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Song Moding hurried back, and they packed their luggage in a panic. The production captains of each brigade over there have already started calling people with their lists. Everyone is gathered into one team. Of course, they stand behind their own production team leader according to their names, and they are considered to be assigned to their respective production teams. Zhang Xiaoxiao took a look and saw that she, Jia Shu and Hieguo were in the same production team. Song Moding was assigned to the 12th team. The boys who were with Song Moding were also assigned to the 12th team. This is a bit of a pity. Zhang Xiaoxiao actually thinks that Brother Song is a really good person. From the first time you meet someone, you can see that he is a good person and has his own bottom line. If we can be in the same production team, at least we can help each other. Zhang Xiaoxiao is a very grateful person. For her, as long as someone has helped her, she should repay the other person. No matter what, Brother Song saved her on the road. Although it is not a life-saving act, it saved her from being laughed at. In a girl's house, if a dog chews shit enough to make people laugh for a year. Although she is capable enough to protect herself, other people's intentions are different. But obviously there is no chance at this time. Fortunately, the two brigades are not far from each other. If I remember correctly, the 11th and 12th teams were very close to each other. It's only 2 miles at most. The distance at Early Road in Kenking Farm is very close. There are many brigades that are at least more than 100 miles apart. But what makes her even more incredible is that Fang Piashong was also assigned to the 11th team. Fang Piashong seriously said that his previous life could not be considered as the culprit, although he was involved. But for Zhang Xiaoxiao, Fang Piashong is just a driving factor. Really speaking, this eldest brother was just very indifferent to her in his previous life and did not treat her as a sister. But it didn't hurt her either. But if this person is forced to come to her in this life, is it possible for her to have revenge and repay injustice? Avenge all the hatred of the other family on Fang Piashong? Zhang Xiaoxiao shook her head. She was not a person who transferred hatred indiscriminately. As long as Fang Piashong doesn't do what he did this time, he will frame himself at every turn. Then she can be regarded as not existing in Fang Piashong. But if Fang Piashong doesn't have a look, he insists on getting in front of her to cause trouble. Then don't blame her for being rude. How can we repay kindness with kindness? She is a cautious person. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 85. Chapter 85 Settling Down. As soon as the team was ready, the production captains immediately began to arrange for them to get on the carriage. The production team can send a carriage to pick them up, which can be regarded as the production team sending out the highest standard of greeting method. Of course, that's because these production teams are relatively far away. If they don't have carriages, they just have to carry the luggage on their own. It is estimated that we may not even be able to walk there even after dark. Without saying a word, Zhang Xiaoxiao loaded his luggage into the carriage. Hieguo helped the two girls carry their luggage along the way. Fang Piashong did not approach her, but got directly into another carriage. And it was obvious that Fang Piashong had made friends with other people last night. There were two male educated youths who helped Fang Piashong carry the luggage up. Like the old man, this one stood aside and watched. It can be seen that the educated youth are also beginning to cling to groups. But these have nothing to do with Zhang Xiaoxiao. In fact, their 11th Production Brigade is also called the Red Flag Production Brigade. Hunky Production Brigade is an advanced model among the entire Production Brigade. The carriage traveled for 2 or 3 hours, and they had already arrived at the main group. When he saw the low houses, Zhang Xiaoxiao's eyes still couldn't help but moisten. I have lived in this place for more than 10 years, how could I not be familiar with it? As soon as the carriage arrived, the production captain jumped out of the carriage and was greeted by other people from the production team, including some old educated youths. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu were assigned to one of the courtyards. There are a total of 8 courtyards in this row, 3 of which are for female educated youths, and the other 5 are for male educated youths. The dormitories at Kenking Farm are generally very spacious and not like other places. More than a dozen people are crowded into one dormitory, with an average of only 6 people living in one dormitory. And their house has obviously been renovated and looks brand new. Of course it is impossible to build them new houses. At most, they can only repaint the houses. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu moved their luggage into their dormitory. This is Datong Pyo. This is the unique fire bed here. Otherwise the days in winter will be very difficult. Because the two of them entered early, Zhang Xiaoxiao deliberately chose the end close to the side. In fact, many people don't like it here. Because this is the end of the Kong, if a fire is lit in winter, there is generally no heat at the head of the Kong. People who are used to living here know that it is more comfortable to live on the bed. But Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't like it. As soon as Jia Shu saw Zhang Xiaoxiao doing this, she immediately moved her bedding to Zhang Xiaoxiao's side. After cleaning the bamboo mat on the Kong, Zhang Xiaoxiao opened his bed. The bedding was made by my mother, and the quilts were all brand new and thickly patched with cotton. There is no place to put some of my small things. Zhang Xiaoxiao took a look and immediately pulled Jia Shu out. While others were still busy packing their luggage, she had already taken Jia Shu to the service club of the production team. You should always buy some basic daily necessities, such as a basin warmer. They cannot carry these things all the way, and they are very easy to break. The door of the service center is open, and it is crowded with people. I want a thermos. I want a basin and soap. I also want a thermos. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu smiled bitterly. If you want to get in, you need to be in good physical shape. Two people looked at each other. Forget it. Don't squeeze out another person without buying anything. Zhang Xiaoxiao changed his mind and pulled Jia Shu away. Why are you going, Xiaoxiao? Jia Shu was pulled by her and staggered, almost unable to keep up. Let's go find someone else to buy it. She had forgotten that the service club had things, but there was another place that also had them. There is a school here, which has now been converted into a carpentry workshop. There lived a father and son. They were devolved. Anyway, the family background is not very good, and the father and son are good at carpentry. Let's build furniture and other things for all the brigades here. The craftsmanship is actually very good. Feng Hunky's original fine carpentry skills are of no use here. But she wants it. Kong cabinet, wooden basin, wooden wash basin stand, and wooden thermos jacket. A good craftsmanship can scare a person to death. She only found out about it 3 years after arriving here. It was brought to Feng Hunky's door with gratitude after he treated Feng Hunky. Only then did I know that this person is very good at his craftsmanship. There is no need to take any detours this time. Jia Shu had no choice but to go with this. Two people came to the school carpentry room. This place is remote and almost no one comes here. The people working here are all reformed through labor elements. No one feels uncomfortable coming here. In case you get slapped with a hat. Can't even wash it off clearly. Those who have been reformed through labor here basically have no contact with others and are in a state of isolation from the outside world. The school gate is locked with a chain. Jia Shu was a little frightened when she saw the gate like this. Haven't they wandered into some place they shouldn't have been? Uncle, uncle, is Uncle Feng here? Zhang Xiaoxiao shouted for someone before she could speak. After a while, a man came out of the concierge inside. Hands a pencil on his ear and wears a pair of reading glasses. Zhang Xiaoxiao smiled happily. Uncle Feng was an old acquaintance of hers, and he had helped her a lot in his previous life. Even though the old man is stubborn, he has a good heart. Who? Uncle, we are new to the Educated Youth Service Club, and we can't buy what we want there. We asked around and heard that you can do carpentry work here, and we want you to make something for us. We will give you as much as you need. Zhang Xiaoxiao said with a smile, not worried about being rejected at all. Uncle Feng has been obsessed with carpentry all his life, pursuing a high-end atmosphere, but after arriving here, he was completely reduced to doing simple work. Only he knows the depression in his heart. What are you going to do? Let me see if I can do it. Feng Hunky is a real person. Uncle, I want to make a Kong cabinet, plus a wash basin, a foot bath, a kettle stand and a wash basin stand. I heard that your craftsmanship is well known here. You can make it whatever style you like. Come on in style. I don't choose either. Feng Hunky perked up upon hearing this. You really don't want to be picky, Aren't you afraid that I will make you a pile of ugly things that will make you embarrassed when you go out? Feng Hunky didn't know why, but this girl was so familiar to her. Seeing myself, I didn't feel any shyness about strangers. That smiling look seemed like someone he had known for more than 10 years. Whose naughty kid is this? Why is there no education at home and no vigilance at all? I'm really not picky. I like whatever you make, but you have to hurry up. I have to use this basin. It's fine if I don't wash my face for 1 or 2 days, but it's really not good if I don't wash my face for 3 or 5 days. You can't go out and meet people. Zhang Xiaoxiao is not good at it. Although you are not picky, I have to do things authentically. Let me open the door first and you come in and take a look. If you think these finished products are acceptable, I will make them for you like this. If you think it's not possible, just ask again if you have any requests. Also, since I am asked to do it, I will contract the work and materials here, but the price is not low, a basin costs 1 yuan. Feng Hunky didn't show any pity for them just because they were female-educated youths. How much money should be paid? His craftsmanship is good and the wood is real. He, Feng Hunky, is not the kind of person who fools people. Of course you get what you pay for. He made it clear by not mentioning the money. If someone regrets it later, he will not be able to find a place to reason. It's not like I haven't encountered this before. They take away the good stuff and don't pay a penny. They even rake the stuff back. Slandering oneself as a speculator. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 86. Chapter 86 Settlement. The two return to the dormitory together. Jia Shu now feels as if she was in a dream. She just entered that school. Seeing what this old man made, she finally understood why Zhang Xiaoxiao came here. The things they make are much better than the ones sold in service agencies, and even though they are made of wood, the wood is much stronger than the porcelain basin. They are not afraid of bumps or falling porcelain. She couldn't help it, so she also bought a wash basin and a foot bath, plus a thermos cover. I didn't buy the rest. She didn't have much money to begin with, and her family's situation didn't allow her to bring much money with her. The little money in her hand was secretly given to her by her uncle. But these things are necessary if you have to live here for several years. It is definitely unrealistic not to buy it. She saves money whenever she can. Zhang Xiaoxiao bought a lot. And the Kong cabinet I bought is ready-made. A cabinet made of jujube wood. There are 2 doors at the bottom, where you can put bedding and clothes. There are 3 drawers next to it. Uncle Feng was very considerate and locked them all. Just buy a lock and you can lock these. The workmanship is really fine. Although there is no paint on the outside, it has been polished with sandpaper. It feels no worse than painted ones. Smooth and slippery. Looking at this is really tempting. Jia Shu would also like to buy one if she didn't have enough money. The 2 men carried the cabinet back panting and placed it directly against the wall next to Zhang Xiaoxiao. Anyway, she slept at the end of the Kong, next to the wall. Once this Kong cabinet is placed, it immediately looks much neater. Zhang Xiaoxiao put all his changes of clothes, including books and daily necessities. Fan Qiuying didn't bring these things anyway. She snuck out of the space quietly and put it in the cabinet so that she could take it out openly in the future. Who knows what's in his cupboard? Natural protective barrier. There is my notebook in the drawer. Now that I don't have a wallet, the notebook is my wallet. She put the change in her notebook so that others could see where she came from when she spent it. You can't take it out from the space every time, that would be too inconvenient. A large amount of money is still sitting in the space, otherwise it is easy to lose. Don't think that there are no people who are greedy for money here. Every educated youth's life is different, and they will still meet such and such people. They have just finished cleaning up, and others have already entered the house. Everyone else in the dormitory is back. This is coming back from the service club, and many people sighed. The main service company has few things and many people, so it is impossible to grab them. As soon as they saw Jiang's small cabinet, no one could move their eyes away. This is too exaggerated. Mainly, who doesn't like this kind of thing? Where did you buy this cabinet? How much did it cost? Someone spoke. It is really convenient to have such a cabinet, and it can store a lot of things. It's still safe. Who doesn't bring money and food stamps? You walk 2 miles from the farm. There is a school there. But there are no classes now. There is Uncle Feng there, who specializes in carpentry. This cabinet costs 15 yuan. Zhang Xiaoxiao is not stingy either. Although these people were not very kind to her in her previous life, they never did anything to harm her. But she was miserable enough in her last life, no one needed to harm her. Everyone just doesn't like her. It's not a sin to dislike someone. You can't want others to suffer just because of this. Her mind is not that narrow-minded. Hearing what he said, Miss Su was startled. Oh my God, comrade, you dare to spend these 15 yuan, how many things can you buy with 15 yuan, you are really a waste of money. Miss Su is an outspoken person. But it's really not nice to speak. Zhang Xiaoxiao spends his own money and it's none of other people's business. It is not up to others to decide whether you will lose or not. The main thing is that my sister is rich and happy. Comrade, has anyone ever said that you are too straightforward? Miss Su also realized that his words offended people. Apologize. I'm sorry, I didn't care about your feelings. My name is Miss Su. I'm from Baisu. What's your name? Let's all introduce ourselves. We should also be familiar with each other. After all, we will all be roommates in the future. Anakong. Many people were laughing. My name is Wang Hongbing and I am from Beijing. My name is Wu Yu and I'm from Jingnan. My name is Pan Xian, from Baihe. My name is Jia Shu, and I am also from Baihe. I am Zhang Xiaoxiao, I am from Zishan. This is considered to be known to everyone. The girls were very harmonious for a while. Everyone was chattering and making a fuss. Zhang Xiaoxiao looked happily at everyone who was busy working. This time she won't get into trouble with others. A new life requires a new beginning. She will not resent others. She will remember to repay those who treat her well. She will distance herself from those who treat her badly, but she will never retaliate. Except for those who harmed her, those are the people she wants revenge on. It doesn't matter whether other people are good or bad, I cannot ask everyone in the world to like her and treat her well. That's not fair. She is not RMB. It's impossible for everyone to like it. To eat, you have to go to the canteen, and each person has a lunch box. Everyone has been hungry all night, and everyone is looking forward to this meal. I don't know how the food here is. What do you eat in the cafeteria? There should be big steamed buns, right? I heard that the production team in Baidawang eats a lot of rice. I don't know if they eat steamed buns. Pan Xian asked excitedly. Most of them are from the north, and everyone likes to eat pasta. I don't know, I'll find out soon, just go and take a look. Wang Hongbing is also looking forward to it. When Zhang Xiaoxiao entered the canteen, he smelled the smell of pickled vegetables. I couldn't help but smile. These are the overwintering vegetables here. Sauerkraut. I didn't see the white-faced steamed buns, but I did see the cornmeal steamed buns, which were two-faced steamed buns. Steamed with cornmeal mixed with white flour. There are also pickled cabbage vermicelli. Cornmeal batter. 2 steamed buns per person, 1 dish, and a bowl of cornmeal batter. Be impartial. Many people feel aggrieved. Many of them have better food at home than this. Can't say big fish and big meat. But it's not cornmeal steamed buns either. At least white flour is still available in many people's homes. When I saw this steamed bun, I felt a little disgusted. Jiashu ate well, and even the family couldn't get enough to eat. It is considered good for their family to have enough food. This is already a good thing. I was surprised to see Zhang Xiaoxiao also eating sweetly. Xiaoxiao, can you do it? Looking at the food brought by Zhang Xiaoxiao, you can tell that the food at home is good. I'm afraid Zhang Xiaoxiao won't be able to bear it. It's okay, I ate well, don't worry. Zhang Xiaoxiao had suffered a lot more than this. When there was a locust plague later, they couldn't even eat cornmeal. It is a problem to have a full stomach, but now this is considered a good thing. People say that there are only blessings that cannot be enjoyed, but there are no hardships that cannot be endured. She actually has a lot of food in the space, but the problem is that she can't take it out to eat. They all eat in the canteen now, but it's not going to be long. Everything will be fine after the new year. After dinner, everyone was tired, and finally they were able to lie down on the kong and have a good rest, compared to last night. This is already as comfortable as home. No one disliked it. After washing, he immediately lay down. All fell asleep. Snoring sounds come and go. Of course, the important reason is that the captain has given orders. Tomorrow morning I have to get up early and gather for work. Although winter came early here, there is still a lot of work in the fields. Don't rush to finish these tasks before the first heavy snowfall, and wait until it snows. The whole farm will enter the ice and snow. At that time it will be difficult for people to even go out. Not to mention these jobs, I can't do them. Please collect, comment, and recommend. It will be some time before it is put on the shelves. Unless there is a PK, updates will be added. Everyone will be healthier if they save. It is estimated that it will take about 300,000 words to be published, so don't complain. The author also wants to complain, but this is a necessary process for a book. This chicken soup is so filling, hee hee. Escape quickly. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 87. Chapter 87 late. Early in the morning, Zhang Xiaoxiao woke up and went out for a run. Since her rebirth, she has started to exercise. Compared with before, my body is really strong now. There is absolutely no problem in working. We are hard-working people now. How can we work without a healthy body? After running around for a while, people in the room will get up. Seeing Zhang Xiaoxiao coming back from outside, Pan Xian rubbed her eyes and asked in confusion. Why are you so early? It's still early, we have to gather in half an hour. If it's later, we won't have breakfast. You should hurry up. People who are gathering on the first day will be called, so don't be late. Zhang Xiaoxiao said while washing his face. Pan Xian looked at Wang Hongbing, who was still awake. No, I want to sleep for a while. She felt that she was not the only one who was late anyway. Isn't there a saying that the law does not punish the public? Zhang Xiaoxiao was speechless. Jia Shu had already gotten up and went to the cafeteria with Zhang Xiaoxiao to have breakfast. That is, a bowl of cornmeal paste, a steamed bun and pickles. The two of them went to the pasture where they were gathering. Many people have arrived. There are a few scattered ones, and some people haven't arrived yet. However, the production team leader can hold a small notebook and write and draw there. The face is full of dissatisfaction. None of these educated youths have any discipline. Look at what time it is and agree to gather. There are still so many people missing. Production captain Lida who is in trouble. These educated young people in the city are just not reliable. Even rural people like them, who don't know a single word, know that punctuality is what they should do. With so much work on the team, How can it be possible that no one has arrived yet? How many work points will be lost if this delay continues? There is so much work in the fields, how can we let them be delayed like this? It seems that I have to take care of them. Frowning, with a dark look on his face. With a bad look on his face, the people present finally stopped talking and laughing, and looked at the captain with some anxiety. The new captain shouldn't give them a blow when he comes up. Lee Dae-hoo took a look and didn't come. No more waiting. Okay, since they won't come, let's do it ourselves and start assigning work to everyone. Our team only has the thousands of acres of land you see in front of you. You are here, and by chance, the work on the land has already been done. It's almost done. Look, there's not much work left to do. Assign tasks now. Lee Dae-hoo glanced at everyone. As expected, many educated youths secretly regretted it when they said this. Had I known they would come later, they would have to work earlier if they came early. Why should you let them work early? Lee Dae-hoo calmly assigned tasks. The rice in this field has been cut long ago, and now they are faced with bundling the rice into bundles and carrying them to the other side of the field one by one. There will be a cart over there, and the male educated youth will take it directly to the wheat field. Female educated youths work in pairs, and most of them are assigned to the two tasks of piling rice and carrying rice. Male educated youth are responsible for pushing the shuttle bus. Many people think that carrying rice is a laborious job. Zhang Xiaoxiao naturally formed a group with Jiashu. Although Jiashu also works at home, she has never done farm work. Zhang Xiaoxiao taught her step by step. After all, she had been doing this farm work for several years. Even if she is doing this with her eyes closed, she can do it flawlessly with her hands and feet. The problem is that Jiashu was shocked. Looking at the clean and neat movement in front of me, chopping the rice into bundles in just a few seconds, I was dumbfounded. Looking at Zhang Xiaoxiao in front of him, he has a delicate body and fair and tender skin. The hands don't look like those of someone doing rough work. Who would have thought that this little girl could be more efficient than she, who is used to doing household chores? It seems that I really made a mistake. Which one of those who come to the countryside cannot work? Jiashu also learned to bundle rice soon. Mainly because someone taught her the ropes, she naturally learned quickly, which saved her energy and took less detours. Two people, one bundled and the other carried. The cooperation is very tacit. High speed. Lee Dae-hoo watched the old educated youths teaching the young educated youths on the ground. He just said that when grouping, it is best for an old educated youth to lead a new educated youth. In this way, we can help each other and learn from each other. However, it is obvious that there are more new educated youths who are in a group. They are familiar with each other and think this farm work is easy. Things that can be understood just by looking at them. Of course no one takes his words seriously, but you will know when you actually do the work. Look at the busy hands of the new educated youths. It took them a long time to tie the rice into a bundle, and even if it was tied up, it would be loose and loose. The rice bearers will probably disperse before they reach the end of the field. While looking, I frowned. These young people really need to exercise themselves. They will all starve to death if they work like this. Looks like I will be very busy in the future. The man walked around with a dissatisfied look on his face. Suddenly, in an inconspicuous corner, I saw two girls having in full swing. Lee Dae-hoo stood aside and looked at it for a long time, and couldn't help but nodded. Not to mention, my hands and feet are nimble and there is no procrastination in my work at all. It seems like two people who have done some work before. I looked at the list in my hand and saw that there were still more than a dozen people who had not arrived yet. Are they treating going to the countryside as a hotbed in their home? Come whenever you want? Lee Dae-hoo held his breath, and he wanted to see when these people would arrive today. If you don't take care of them, you won't know how high the sky is and how high it is. Thinking that the farm is their home. 2 hours later, Zhang Xiaoxiao was sweating all over. Jia Shu was sweating profusely. For the first time, she understood the fear on people's faces when they talked about going to the countryside. Not to mention, this job looks simple, but when you do it, you realize how tiring it is. I have gradually become more and more agile in getting started, but my physical strength cannot keep up. The arms and legs began to feel sore, and the waist and back ached. But look at Zhang Xiaoxiao. The girl is still there without changing her expression, and I don't know where the fair girl can get so much energy. Their family really trains their children. What do you do at home? Those who don't know, think that Zhang Xiaoxiao does farm work at home. Most people don't have this kind of neatness. Finally, the remaining dozen or so people came lazily. When he saw the captain Li Dehua, although he said he was sorry, his face did not look guilty at all. Looking at the unkempt people working in the fields, these latecomers smiled unkindly. They come late, but they do a lot less work. It seems that they arrived late. The captain could only scold them a few times, but they couldn't lose a piece of meat, but they had to work less. Li Daniel looked calm. You are 2 hours late. This is the production team, not your family. If anyone is late next time, your work points will be deducted. If the work points are calculated at the end of the month, you will not be able to protect your own belly even if you earn the work points yourself. Don't blame me. Our 12 production teams are the advanced production teams of our Kenking farm. If you are holding back the big guys, then don't blame me for being rude. There are also those who are late today. The work tasks are the same. One person has 1 acre of land. When you finish, you will stop working. We have a mission, let's start working now. Lita, who is not used to these educated youths. There are many educated youths in their team. They used to be treasures, but now they are used to the laziness of these educated youths, and they look worse than the people in their village. The late educated youth were dumbfounded when they heard this. There are still work tasks. Look again at the plot of land that Li Dehua divided into groups of 2. Only then did I realize that they didn't take advantage at all. At worst, 1/5 of the work has been completed, but they haven't moved at all. Now I understand that being lazy is unacceptable. One by one, they went to the ground with a sad face. This is not life-threatening. If I had known earlier, I would have finished the work earlier. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 88. Chapter 88 Shameless. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu were halfway done, and it was time for lunch. Jia Shu originally wanted to work more and finish it earlier in the afternoon. Their captain just said that each team can call it a day after completing its own tasks. There is no time problem, only whether your task is completed. Zhang Xiaoxiao shook his head. No, we can't finish the work at once. Let's take it evenly. We should eat when we need to eat, and we should rest when we need to rest. Work after eating, otherwise we won't have enough energy. She has long known the principle of haste, waste in speed. This has just begun, and the work is endless. There is a lot of work in the fields of Kenking farm. Especially since winter is about to begin, there is a lot of finishing work to do. As long as they do their job well and make no mistakes, they will be fine. They have done a great job since they first came in and are much better than others. It will attract people's hatred when the time comes. Don't think that educated youth are innocent. Children in families of this era have experienced a lot and have unusual minds. Jia Shu was right. Besides, she was indeed hungry. Now I feel hungry and my chest is pressed against my back. There are stars in front of my eyes. Let's go and eat quickly, I'm going to starve to death. The 2 people helped each other to the canteen. Tired? No matter what, their bodies were exhausted from the first day of farm work. Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu looked at each other, and they were a little envious. Both of their hands were scratched and covered with blood blisters. It hurt like hell, but they had to do it. Secretly regretted not coming earlier. The work in the fields assigned to them has not yet been done, and they know nothing. The sense of superiority in the city has disappeared all of a sudden. The rest is tiring and hard work. Let's go eat first and get close to Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu. I just saw that the two of them seem to be doing it very well and very quickly. Maybe they can finish it early in the afternoon. I'll discuss it with them then. Help me, we are all on the same team and in the same dormitory, why don't we help? Wu Yu had her own little idea. At first, she guessed that Wang Hongbing was from Beijing and should be a straightforward person. I have been on good terms with Wang Hongbing until now, but I only found out about him when I started working. Wang Hongbing is just an embroidered pillow, a complete straw bag. Similar to myself. He couldn't do any work at all and kept complaining. But it's useless to regret at this point. I started to think about other things. After all, if you don't finish the work, your work points will be deducted today. They pointed to which 1 month's work points could be exchanged for money. They have long heard that the best thing about Kenking Farm is that the work points are settled every month like a salary. Every family is not rich, and this salary can solve many big problems. Many people want to send money home. Even if you don't send it, you will still have to spend money. The family will not send money to them. They are considered adults now and have to worry about their own little lives. Wang Hongbing nodded, okay, that's all. I see that Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu are quite good at work. The implication is that these two are probably used to doing this at home. Wu Yu feels the same way. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu made a meal, which was still big white steamed buns, a portion of fried shredded radish with chili pepper, and white porridge. The person who only ate 2 steamed buns yesterday, today the two of them made 3 buns at the same time, which was a big bowl full of porridge. The physical exertion of this morning requires energy replenishment. Not long after the two sat down, Hyeguo also came in and smiled when he saw them. After eating a meal, he sat across from them. How was it? Is it okay today? Hyeguo is partnering with male-educated youths, so naturally he cannot be with them to avoid being criticized. I am worried about whether the two of them can endure the suffering. He feels miserable even as a man, let alone 2 girls. It's okay, brother it's fine. Don't worry about us. We're doing a good job. Zhang Xiaoxiao answered nonchalantly. This is the truth, no matter how tired you are, what can you do? Jia Shu replied with some shame. Brother don't say anything. It's Xiaoxiao who helps me, otherwise I don't know what I'll do. Zhang Xiaoxiao is very good, he is a good hand at work. Can't help but admire. Hyeguo was surprised. Zhang Lei had said that his sister was raised in a pampered way and asked him to take more care of her. Is this pampering? Is it possible that what Zhang Lei said about being pampered and pampered is not the same thing as what he understands? That's good. If I finish my breakfast in the afternoon, I will help you. However, Hyeguo still remembered what Zhang Lei said. After all, he was asked by a friend. Besides, Zhang Xiaoxiao is also an easy girl to get along with. In terms of both emotion and reason, you should help yourself. Zhang Xiaoxiao accepted such kindness. Hyeguo was a good friend of his eldest brother. Brother okay. If you finish early, come over and help us. Sometimes appropriate acceptance is an art. Though they may not need it. Jia Shu glanced at Zhang Xiaoxiao and wanted to say something, but then she stopped and buried her head in eating. While speaking, Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu found them with lunch boxes. Just in time to hear Hyeguo's words, they sat down opposite them and sat with Hyeguo. The two people looked at each other, their eyes lit up. Compared to Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu, they hoped to get help from Hyeguo. After all, Hyeguo is a man, and men are much better at doing the heavy work in the fields than they are. What's your surname, brother, the educated youth? If you want help, you can't just help Xiao Xiao and Jia Shu. We are sisters in the same dormitory. If you want to help, we must treat them equally. Wu Yu tested it in a joke. If the other party has a good face, just agree to it. They took it seriously. If you don't agree, you will lose face and be patriotic. A male-educated youth has the nerve to reject a female-educated youth. He refuses without fear of embarrassment. Half-truth and half-falsehood were helped by two male-educated youths. Compared with Zhang Xiaoxiao and the others, the two of them were more willing to help Hieguo and the others. Hieguo was startled. He didn't know these two people. A little embarrassed. Promise. Why? They are strangers to each other. I didn't agree because I was afraid that it would be difficult for Zhang Xiaoxiao and the others. Brother eat quickly. Wu Yu and Wang Hongbing are joking with you. You can't take it seriously. We don't want your help. You still haven't finished your work. This is the first time for everyone to do farm work. Who is better than whom? We are too embarrassed to bother you, not to mention that Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu don't know you. As soon as Jia Shu heard this, she understood that Zhang Xiaoxiao was helping He Patriot in disguise. Hurry, he also spoke, yes, Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu were just joking. Hieguo smiled awkwardly and said, I've finished eating. Then I'll leave first. You eat, you eat. It's really embarrassing to encounter something like this. Hieguo stood up and left. You can't do it unless you leave. Today's female-educated youth are so shameless. How come there is such a big gap between people? Look at Jia Shu Jiang Xiao Xiao, and then look at those two. Hieguo curled his lips. Wu Yu was a little disappointed. Don't they say that men in the north are very face-conscious and like to act bravely when they see justice? Wang Hongbing blushed a little. It was indeed a bit shameless to force his friend away with just one sentence. She still couldn't wipe her face clean. Zhang Xiaoxiao secretly kicked Jia Shu under the table to eat faster, as fiercely as if someone was snatching her food. Jia Shu understood and worked hard. Eat so fast that I almost choked. They are provoking whomever. I've finished eating, you eat slowly. Zhang Xiaoxiao stood up with the rice bowl. Before Jia Shu could swallow the last mouthful of steamed buns, she also picked up the rice bowl and mumbled some vague words that no one could understand. That means she's gone too, anyway. The two people left one after the other, leaving behind Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu who looked confused. These two people are really thieves? Wu Yu stamped her feet fiercely. Who is it? End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 89. Chapter 89 Daily Life. Zhang Xiaoxiao, Jia Shu, and Li Dehu collided head-on. Hello politely, this is the production captain. Captain Li, hello. Li Dehu was startled. These two girls had deep memories and were good at work. Li Dehu has always had a good impression of people who are hard-working and willing to work. He likes people who are outstanding at work and not lazy. I immediately gave him a smile. You finished eating so quickly. Many people can sit and rest in the cafeteria for a while during lunch, and who wouldn't sit here for half an hour before leaving. These two girls are actually not lazy. Captain Li, we want to finish eating early, go back to work early, and finish work early in the afternoon. There are still a lot of things in the dormitory that have not been packed away. Besides, we want to pick up some if we have time. Firewood. It will be useful in the winter. If you don't store firewood for the winter now, you will probably suffer in the winter. Zhang Xiaoxiao planned according to the winter arrangements here. Others don't know, but does she know? If you don't have a heated Kong in the winter here, you will really freeze to death. This place is not like the city where there are heaters and briquettes. Firewood is all used for fires here in winter, including cooking in summer. It is very convenient to use local materials. Moreover, I have to prepare these winter supplies myself. Anyway, they are all over the mountains and plains. Anyone can pick them up. No one cares. If we don't save it now, if it snows heavily in 2 days, I'm afraid it won't be easy to go up the mountain to get it. When Li Dahu heard this, his eyes were even more satisfied. Thumbs up. One look at these two girls, they are really good at getting by. Do a good job. These 3 words are already very affirmative of them. Captain Li went to the canteen with his hands behind his back. Zhang Xiaoxiao pulled Jia Shu away. Jia Shu finally swallowed the mouthful of steamed buns and burped loudly. I feel a little embarrassed myself. Zhang Xiaoxiao covered his mouth and was happy. Jia Shu slapped her. It's not all you. You kicked me and wolfed down the food yourself. I was so scared that I could only keep up and almost choked me to death. I have never eaten like this in my life. I couldn't open my mouth when I saw the captain. Mouth. This girl still dares to make fun of her. Zhang Xiaoxiao begged for mercy. I was wrong, sister, you really can't blame me for this. You didn't see it? What Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu said just now meant that they wanted Hieguo to do it for them. Live, Hieguo was escorted away by us. What if the 2 of them ask us to help? Reject again. It's not that she can't do things that make decisive decisions and criticize others without discussion. But they will have to live together here for at least 1 or 2 years. You can't get along with others by quarreling with them every time. By then, it will really be the same as in the previous life, you will have no friends. Of course it's not possible to make yourself suffer. So the 36 strategies are the best strategy. Jia Shu suddenly realized it, and then had various expressions on her face. I have seen my uncles and aunts being thick-skinned before. I thought our family was unlucky to meet such relatives. Only when I came out did I realize that there are great people everywhere. Some people are just thick-skinned. Everyone has just arrived, and the work in the fields is not easy. Besides, all the work counts as work points. Who helped whom and how will it be settled in the end? I think the 2 of them just want to take advantage. At this moment, Jia Shu finally figured it out. When someone opens their mouth, we have to reject them again. I saw Wang Hongbing's face turned red like that. If he is rejected again, I will probably hate both of us, so we'd better leave first, even if we go back early. Working is better than us. Zhang Xiaoxiao was not a very powerful person in his last life, and it will be the same in this life. Being able to do what we are doing now is really a big change. The 2 of them really didn't have any idle time after they returned, and they finished the work in the field in one go. Because of Zhang Xiaoxiao's proficiency and Jia Shu's ability to draw inferences from one case to another, the 2 of them worked really well together. The 2 of them had finished the job before it got dark. Stop work early and go back. After dinner, the 2 of them made hot water, soaked their feet, and then went directly to the Kong to sleep. It's been a tiring day. Zhang Xiaoxiao is also tired. Don't think that she won't get tired even if she does it skillfully and neatly. This body has not yet developed the style to bear hardships and stand hard work in the future. My parents have been pampering me for a long time. It will definitely take some time to get used to it. However, she believed that in another month, she would be fully integrated into this life. Wang Hongbing and Wu Yu were the last to come back. Others had already fallen asleep, so they came back in the dark. The 2 of them were so tired that they didn't even bother to eat dinner. When they came back, they fell asleep on their own beds. Zhang Xiaoxiao slept until midnight, then walked into his own space and took a look. Not to mention, the rice and wheat she planted are both mature. Especially the peach trees in the first field are covered with red fruits. And it seems that the size and color of the fruit this time are plumper than the first time. Zhang Xiaoxiao counted, no more and no less than 25. It seems that the first time was almost the same. She was going to see if it was the fruit on the peach tree or a fixed number. Gather the rice and wheat from the fields. This time she planted corn and tomatoes. There is only so much land, so if you want to grow more varieties, you have no chance. Fortunately, the harvest is fast. I think I can plant something else tomorrow. In any case, it is useless to keep it in the warehouse if it is not needed. At that time, I can take the opportunity to make something to send back to my parents. They don't understand the situation. It's so hard to find an excuse. Zhang Xiaoxiao fell asleep happily. The next day, it's still the same work as the previous day. No one is slacking off this time. No one is late. Because I was competing to be the first, I had an episode about washing my face early in the morning. Wu Yu used 3 basins of water to wash his face alone. No one fetched water last night, so the remaining people only used half a basin of water when they washed their faces. It caused dissatisfaction among many people. Wang Hongbing, a good friend of Wu Yu, was very angry. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu washed their faces with a basin of water. There is nothing we can do, there is not enough water. Working all day long. Time passed quickly like this. The work in the fields is finally coming to an end, and everyone is excited. There is no work in the fields, so they should have a good rest. Zhang Xiaoxiao saw everyone's excitement and it was really funny, but everyone was still too naive. There are regulations on the farm. You will get work points if you work. If you don't work, you will get no work points. It is hard to think that the cat is resting in the house. Can the farm still pay them wages? At that time, even the food in the canteen will be reduced by half. Besides, if she remembered correctly, it should start this month. The team leader of the farm will start to assign output to each household. To put it bluntly, they, the educated youths, will also start to divide areas and form a group to work. The land is allotted to you and you will be able to work as much as you can and earn as much as you want. If you can't do the work or complete the tasks, then it is possible that you will work for nothing without earning a penny. This is the beginning. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 90. Chapter 90 Cooperation. Sure enough, the canteen is the busiest at noon. Eating time is the time when people are most concentrated. All the 12 teams were crowded in the cafeteria, eating while talking. This is probably the most comfortable time for the 12 teams. At this time, as soon as the production team leader Li Dehe came in, everyone immediately became silent. If someone wants to take the opportunity to sneak away, it must be because they are not doing a good job on weekdays. Li Dehe would not like it if someone said hello dryly. Don't leave, I want to tell you something today, I just have a meeting. Li Dehe saw someone carrying a lunchbox and was about to leave the cafeteria door. He was not here to chat with them. He had something serious to announce. They must understand the above policies, and it is also their responsibility to convey the latest policies. This time everyone sat there quietly and said nothing. When the captain said this, many people were worried. That's right. The government has now issued a policy to let everyone work on a large-scale contract. The so-called large-scale contract is a disguised form of household responsibility. However, we are a farm here, and there is no one household. Therefore, you can choose a few people to make up the system. As a group, lots were drawn to distribute the land. This establishes a group responsibility system, that is to say, the future harvest of the land you contract must be handed over to the state. After the task is completed, what is left will naturally be your income. The amount of land contracted is decided by the individual, but at least one person must contract 2 acres of land. I'll give you half a day to think about it. You can consider the free combination of male and female educated youths. You can decide the number of people. At noon tomorrow, I will come over and draw lots for everyone to decide which piece of land everyone will contract. Then the dormitories are also reassigned. The canteen will not be opened. In this case, each of you will be assigned rations and divided into your own dormitories. After all, you have all contracted the land to be owned by individuals, and this canteen cannot eat everyone's collective food, right? From now on, whether you want to drink spicy food or eat pickles and drink cold water depends on your own abilities. Li Dehu turned around and left after speaking. This matter was decided by the leaders above. Originally, the general policy direction has not yet been issued, and they did not dare to try it easily. But I heard that villages in some provinces have already started to do it on their own, and the results they have achieved are very good. It is said that the village became rich immediately. Every household can afford a motorcycle, and they are also greedy when they hear about it. Who wants to be poor if they can get rich? Although they are farms, they have a large number of people and a small amount of land. There are quite a lot of these educated youths who are cheating and cheating. After all, they are eating from a big pot. They can always earn points if they do a good job. There is no enthusiasm. Everyone is able to do less but is unwilling to do more. They are also in a difficult position. So the production captains gathered together and discussed that they were also going to implement this kind of household production contract. This can stimulate people's enthusiasm and eliminate those who are lazy. After all, how much you do in the future will depend on how much you eat. I believe that lazy people don't really want to starve themselves. As soon as the captain left, the canteen became a mess. Everyone is confused. Some of them had also heard of the household-based system, but they did not expect that it would come to them soon. The gossip was not as sudden as this one. Hyeguo sat in front of Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shu, and there were 3 male educated youths who were close to him. Zhang Xiaoxiao, Jia Shu, why don't we partner up? The 4 of us men all get along well, and we have the same temperament. We are all good at work, and we are not lazy or slippery. Since the canteen is gone, there must be someone cooking and cleaning up. It's better to partner with other female educated youths whom we don't know well than we can partner together. If you have good female educated youths, we can work together. After all, more people have greater strength, and we can contract a few more acres of land. We estimate that if there are only 6 of us here, we can contract 20 acres of land. Hyeguo is full of confidence. They are all good at farm work. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Jia Shanat are also well-known capable people in the work team. They are familiar with each other and there will be no problem in working together. Others are so patriotic that they dare not consider it. After all, many people are difficult to get along with. It's not just about working together. From now on, if the dormitories are next to each other and we take care of each other, everyone must have similar temperaments. Zhang Xiaoxiao has a cheerful personality, is informal, and is a carefree person. He also promised Zhang Lei to take care of his sister. They are the best to cooperate with. Zhang Xiaoxiao also agrees that a single tree cannot become a forest. No matter how capable she is, she can't do it alone. Jia Shu listened to everything Zhang Xiaoxiao did, and the two worked closely together. Jia Shu really regarded Zhang Xiaoxiao as her good friend. The 2 of them also hugged each other in the dormitory. Wu Yu and Wang Hongbing together, and the rest of the Pan Xian family has a partner who is a male educated youth, and they are also in the same team, and they do not stick together with them at all. Obviously there was no need to distribute, they immediately became 3 teams independently. Brother let's form a team. The 2 of us will be with you, and you will draw the lots when the time comes. Zhang Xiaoxiao is also welcome. There is nothing patriotic about it, it really saves a lot of trouble. They can't have two girls working together. Naturally, they have to form a group with others. With Hyeguo's presence and Hyeguo's friends, she can feel a lot less worried. Hyeguo smiled and agreed, let's choose someone else to draw the lot. I am a weak person. If I catch someone by a corner, we will suffer, and I will lose face. The naive Hyeguo really didn't dare to draw lots. He just doesn't have that kind of luck in this life. A few boys looked at it and finally decided to let the female-educated youth catch him. No matter what, they are all educated young people, and they still understand the principle of giving priority to ladies. Jiushu smiled and pushed Zhang Xiaoxiao. Don't hide. It must be you. I don't dare to go up. When I see our captain, I feel trembling in my heart. When the time comes, I can't even see the lot clearly, so what else can I catch? Don't worry, even if you just catch the horns Mineo, we don't blame you, this is not left to chance. Several others also nodded, yes. Come on, Zhang Xiaoxiao. We won't complain. As long as we are hardworking and willing to work, even if we are holding on to bad ground, it will be no problem. Don't blame anyone. The person who drew the lot cannot take the blame for the matter of drawing lots. Zhang Xiaoxiao smiled bitterly, what kind of luck does she have? While talking, Fang Piashong and a female-educated youth named Lu Hongmei came over. Although Fang Piashong and Zhang Xiaoxiao are on the same team, they have not spoken at all. Ever since the last bad breakup, the two of them were basically like strangers. You don't talk to me, and I don't talk to you. To outsiders, not only do these two people seem unfamiliar, but they may also have some conflicts. Fang Piashong has not been having a good time in the team these past few months. He has never done any farm work. He just works as a young man in the city and idles all day long. He has suffered a lot when he came here. When he started doing farm work, his feet would be broken today, and his hands would be injured tomorrow. Anyway, the captain was extremely unfavorable to him. I had never seen such a delicate man. All day long when he got to the canteen, he still thought that this food was not delicious and that was not delicious. He stuffed all the snacks and biscuits he brought with him into his stomach. In the end, the dry food was finally gone, so we had to make do with eating in the canteen, but he complained the most. I haven't seen him earn less during salary payments in the past few months. Others can get almost 12 or 3 yuan a month, but he is not so good. At the most, he only gets 8 yuan a month, which is not as much as a female-educated youth. That is to say, Lu Hongmei is with Fang Piashong every day, and Lu Hongmei helps Fang Piashong with everything. Others look down on Fang Piashong. End of this chapter.